I feel like I keep looking left and looking right and looking left and looking right. I'm getting whiplash because everywhere I turn, it seems like somebody's getting engaged. To survive this crazy engagement frenzy that's been going on, point blank, very simple, one step, one part, one ingredient. Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the Transparent Christian channel. And I recently made a huge change, right? I changed my YouTube name from Simone Monique to the Transparent Christian. So my name is like only in like my header. So you have to like actually click on my channel and it's like written in really tiny letters underneath. And I did that because I felt a push from God to really remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. And it is not to have a name for myself, and it's not for people to know what my name is. Like, I could care less if people know my name, honestly. If they're just like, oh yeah, listen to this video, her channel's called The Transparent Christian, and that's all they know about me, I'm very happy about that. Because at the end of the day, I want people to know God. I don't want people to know me, in all seriousness. So yeah, that is why I did what I did. And I felt like, do I really have to, God? And like, you know, when you feel like, it literally feels like a tug on your heart when you know God is calling you to do something. And so I'm like, I'm not about to argue. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense and it looks better anyway. So there's that. But yeah, so this video came about because, I kid you not, I think my neck is like sore, like maybe a little bit injured even, because I feel like I keep looking left and looking right and looking left and looking right. I'm getting whiplash because everywhere I turn, it seems like somebody's getting engaged. And these last few months, like everybody and their mom is getting engaged. And it's like, congratulations. I'm like, no, I don't even mean that in a sarcastic way. Like, I know that sounds extremely sarcastic, but I am so serious. Like, engagement and marriage is so exciting. Like, that is such an exciting part in somebody's life, especially when you know them. So like, if I'm on, well, I've been fasting, so I haven't been on Instagram, thankfully. But today was my last day of my fast. And when I tell you I went on there and I saw at least 3 engagements since I've been gone. And the last few months, it's been like one person I know after the other. Even people I don't know. Like, just going on the Explore page, it's like engagement. And it's like, I'm not clicking on it. I'm not clicking on hashtags for them to be pulling that up on my page, like things you may be interested in. Like, no. I'm not interested in other like that at all. Really, that sounds bad. I am happy for these people. Maybe if I say it 100 times over, then I will really mean it. No, but seriously, like it's awesome. Because when it's my turn, y'all better be happy for me. But, you know, it's also a challenge. It's tough. Like, how does one survive? Like, how does one survive this season? Have y'all seen Ned's Declassified? I want this to be like a Simone's Declassified engagement survival guide. How to survive engagement season as a single Christian woman. And I think the answer to that is pretty simple, because even as I'm talking right now, it's just very self-centered right now. It's very self-centered. Even like, again, this is the Transparent Christian channel, so I'm here to be transparent. I'm not here to like sound like I'm a great person and pretend to be feeling certain things because I should be feeling them. I'm going to be raw with how I feel. Deep down inside, there's a little bit of envy, right? In me. If y'all can't relate, go ahead and click off the video. A little bit of envy. There's a little bit of like, when is it going to be my turn? That's selfishness. there is a little bit of like, am I even really joyful and happy that this person's getting engaged? But that's like the very, very deep, dark, like this small in a tiny little corner tucked away somewhere. Like that is not like overall how I'm feeling. I am happy, especially when it's like a friend. Oh my God, like we've been waiting for this and it finally happened. Congratulations. Like none of my like super duper 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 close friends, but I do have a lot of friends who have been getting engaged lately, and I am extremely excited for them in this next chapter. I am, but I'd be lying to myself, to everyone except for God, because God knows my heart. I'd be lying to everybody else if I said like there were some parts of me that felt overlooked and unloved, because it's like, God, is this person better than me because they were blessed enough to have somebody to engage to them? Like, no, that doesn't make one person better than the other. And I think all of these feelings stem from just not having God at the center of those thoughts and those feelings. Because when I like take a couple steps back and I say like, you know, God help me, which I did a couple minutes ago. I was sitting on the couch and I was praying before making this video, because I always try to pray first, I always do pray before I even turn on the camera, because I don't want these words to be my own. I want them to be led by God, because what is the point, you know, like then it's just my opinion on a recording for someone to listen to. I don't want anybody to be influenced by me and my fleshly nature. I want people to be influenced by God and how he's speaking through me. So all that to say, a couple minutes ago, I was on the couch, I was praying, and I was just like, number one, obviously God give me the words to say, because I do want to be an encouragement to other people in my situation or in similar situations. I don't want to be discouraging. I don't want someone to get on here so that they can kind of like take part in like a whole pity party. Like, I don't want that. I definitely want to encourage other women. And I had to ask God for myself, like, where are you in all of this? Where are you in all of this? Because right now I'm thinking about me. I'm thinking about how I want to be engaged right now. I'm thinking about how I want to have kids. I'm thinking about how it would be nice if I XYZ and ABC and this, that, and the third. And like at the end of the day, the only reason I am here and I exist is because of God. So anything that I get while I'm here on this earth, anything that God blesses me with, it is for him ultimately, is for his glory. So getting married, rushing to get married would be completely pointless if I did it for myself and to fulfill my own fleshly desires, because God wouldn't be getting the glory. And out of everything that happens to us in life, marriage is one of those things that God really does need to be the center of. It needs to be the why behind it, the how. Like, he needs to be all in it and through it, because God is the one who joins two people together, God. So, you know, it is for his purpose. It's part of our reason for being on earth, is to bring heaven on earth, right? That's the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven, right? So God's will needs to be done here. And I want to be a vessel through which that can happen. So if by me being single, that is fulfilling the will of God, and I can be better used as a vessel while single, then that's just that. That's going to have to be that. Now, if God finds, hold on, I need to fix my camera. If God finds that through being married and having a partner, I will be better equipped and better able to serve his kingdom and serve his purpose, then thank you, God. So be it. God, you'll get the glory out of it. But at the end of the day, remembering that I am here right now on January, I don't know what today is. That's sad. January 26, 2025, as a single woman with no kids for a reason. And I will say this last year has been the best year of my life. Have not experienced so many trials before, ever. But God has gotten me through every single one of them, and he's continuing to get me through the ones that I'm currently going through. So it's like, man, this year, I want you to think, like, I want you to sit here right now and think to yourself, if you were married right now, how differently would this past year have looked for you? Like if you were married for this past year, I should say, how differently would this past year have looked for you? Think about all the things that wouldn't have happened, but happened because you were by yourself. And everyone's answer is going to be different. And maybe it's really hard for you to even see that this year has been good, because you might be thinking, girl, no, my past year would have been better if I had a man or if I had a woman. And, I want you to see that it would not have been, because at the end of the day, God's purpose and God's will is above anybody else's plans or desires, right? He knows what's best for us. So if this last year we've been single, it has been for a reason. And if he knows best, we have to understand that this past year has been good and it has happened the way it happened for a reason, right? So I don't know if that made any sense, but I've done a lot of growing and reflecting in my quiet time, in my alone time with God, like on my knees crying, that I could not have accomplished if I were married. I'm gonna be honest with you, because I do want to be a mom. I do have that desire in my heart. But then it's like, dang, when you go out, like, when you go on a plane, you go on a flight, or you're in church and there's a baby who's like wailing, like crying really bad. And then you just look at the mom and they feel defeat. They look defeated and they look really like guilty. Like they're like, dang, this is my kid. They're disrupting everyone. And I've heard that from moms too. They feel bad, like especially being on a plane and the kid is crying and there's nothing you can do to get them to stop crying. Like, you know how strong of a person you have to be to get through that? Moms are so strong. I called my mom yesterday and I just told her, like, I love you. Like, you're strong. Thank you so much for being my mom. Because it's like, do you know how much you have to go through as a mom mentally, physically? Like a lot. You have to go through a lot and endure a lot and learn a lot as you go, while at the same time having to be responsible for a human being who's completely dependent on you. It's so much responsibility. So yes, it is a great gift from God, but it's also a lot of responsibility behind that. Like there's a lot that goes with it. It's not all rainbows and butterflies. So I am very grateful that when I come home and I sit on the couch, you know what I hear? That I hear silence. And I'm very grateful for that, because it's not always going to be like that. So I don't know about y'all, but I am enjoying this time. Like, I don't have anybody else to clean up after, just myself. Okay. I can get in the shower whenever I want. I can go to bed whenever I want. Okay. I can sit on the couch and kick my feet up because I don't have nobody to take care of. I am living life right now. Like, I want to cry because I'm so happy that God has revealed to me all the good in this season. And I think the simple answer, like I don't have a list of tips and tricks and things you can do to get through being single. Like time heals all. You know what I mean? You just have to sit in it, be still, and know that he is God, right? Abide in him and he will abide in you. Abide means stay, like be still in his presence and where he currently has you. So it's like, we don't know when that time is going to come. We don't know when it's going to happen. So you need to be diligent and faithful in the season that you're in the space that you're in right now. And that's all you can do. That's all you can do. Unless you want to make it happen by your own means and by your own hands, then that's a different story. Go ahead and try that out. I've already tried that many times. Like, yes, I'm being dramatic, but I'm not, because it really has been that many times that I've tried to make it work on my own. And I have never felt this at peace with being by myself. So much so that I have to force myself to call on the friends God has put in my life and ask them to hang out, ask them to come over, because it's like, girl, you were not meant to be alone like that. Okay, God put some form of community in your life. Like, he don't want you to be on a desert island by yourself all the time. Like, it's good to be still and be alone so you can really hear from God, but not all the time. Like, I've gotten a little too comfortable at this point. So all that to say, to survive this crazy engagement frenzy that's been going on, something's been in the water. It's obviously been water I haven't been drinking, but something's been in the water. Everybody's been getting engaged. And long story short, how to survive this, what's going on around you, is to keep your eyes on God. Point blank, very simple. One step, one part, one ingredient is to keep your eyes on the Lord. See where he has you, right? Reflect. See how that makes you feel. Bring it to God. Tell him, what do you want me to get out of this? What do you want me to learn from this? Bask in it, because it might be, girl, I hate to break it to you. I would love to say your man's going to come tomorrow and be one of those prophetess people who's just like, your blessing is coming tomorrow. Your husband is going to meet you tomorrow, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. It might be a year, 2 or 3 until your man of God comes into your life, and that you have to be okay with. And if you're not, pray about it. Bring it to God. Say, this is how I'm feeling. I know it's not right. Give me the strength. Give me the patience. Give me the peace to get through it. Because everything and anything that we do is not in our own strength. Never. Even the fact that we go to church, we have faith in God. God gives us that ability. God gives us that increase in faith in him. He does that. Like, none of this. He even gave us the desire to seek him out. God placed that in us. He put that call on our lives. We didn't do anything. We're just here. We just have to hold our hands up and surrender and be humble to him. So oftentimes I find myself being discontent in this season when I realize I'm doing the opposite of that. So just a little piece of advice. I really hope that helps somebody. I thought this video was going to be longer than what it was. Like, I thought I was really going to have a laundry list of things to say, but this is all that I had. I do not plan my videos out. I never have. I pray before I record and I say, God gave me the words, and this is the word that God gave me, and that is it. Nothing more. So I pray it bless you, sis, brother in Christ, whoever's watching this. Please be encouraged. Please be encouraged. Your strength does not come from you. It comes from God. So if you are feeling discouraged, bring it to God. That's all I can say. It's the only piece of advice I have. Just know you're not alone, obviously, because I'm standing up here like Boo Boo the Fool, making this video in the first place, you know, being the one to be transparent and say, hey, I am single. It does suck sometimes. And this is what I've done to get through it. So I'm doing this just so somebody, like one person out there, could know that they are not alone. So yeah, that is that. I'm going to go on ahead and close out. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, you guys. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. My hair probably won't be red. So exciting. Try to guess the next color. But yeah, subscribe, like the video. Please comment down below. I love interacting with people, and it just has